2% of all the firms in your industry are investing in AI in the next years. It's not just Silicon Valley, it's in every industry. And now it's ramping up so fast that I'm constantly behind myself. It's not normal to know everything in AI because it's becoming such a huge scene, such a huge field. It's like 1996 when the internet came out, right? It's estimated to grow AI in prop tech by 8 times within the next years. It's huge. Our firms overall have a 10% increase in their net operating income, and 87%, so let's just say everybody is going to use AI if you are a real estate agent. Lots of people. But most people are in this phase. They're like, okay, cool AI, but it's kind of annoying as well. We get all these LinkedIn messages, we get bombarded with emails. AI is kind of confusing. What do you focus on and what actually is it? So let's give you a little bit of a breakdown today. I'm going to show you what categories of AI there are and how you can use it in your industry. I want you to go from that cloudy man or woman to these folks and work together with AI. I believe AI is teamwork. It's doing it together with AI. It's not going to steal your job. It's going to be some part of your team. And it can be either with people who are experts on AI within your team, but it can also be actual AI agents, like the creepy looking figures in the back. But they're not so creepy, and they're actually not so complex either. If you have the right experts on your team, or if you do the right research, it's actually very good and very easy to use. I think that the tools are increasingly becoming easier and easier. It's kind of like your grandma or your mother not being able to use Facebook, and now she's on it constantly. AI will not replace you. There's a lot of data on this. I will go into this tomorrow as well. There's a lot of big studies right now. It's partially going to replace us, but the larger part of the workforce will work together with AI. The part of the workforce that will not work with AI is shrinking to about 16%. And that's across all industries, not just real estate. So I worked as a marketing professional. I worked with all sorts of industries, recently also real estate. But I usually worked with banks and with consumer brands such as Nike. Nike was my last big gig. We did a huge tech project for 30 million members, consumers of Nike. It was a huge AI project, and now it's performing very well. So I worked all over the world, and now I'm actually based here in Kenya. So if anybody is in Nairobi, you can hang out after the presentation as well. So AI kind of took over my job, and it's also because of this guy, because I also worked for Tesla for a bit. And in Tesla, I was actually in charge of replacing people with AI. And in the process, I kind of removed myself because I became redundant, because I created a trainer model that could out-train myself, which is kind of my job, right? So a lot of people look at this guy and have very mixed opinions. You know, I consider this guy as noise. I don't know the guy. I don't consider what he does very important for my work. Reason being is because this all acts outside of my hemisphere of how I can make an impact. And for anybody confused about AI, I would say focus on what actually makes a practical impact. Don't focus on what this guy is bringing out as a new tool, what kind of data centers are being built in Japan. It's not relevant for these guys. I would say focus on the practical strategies and practical tools for your business. And those are in these, I think, in these categories. First, risk mitigation. So I build systems that analyze risk before they happen, so you get triggers in your email what in your business is a concern. Cost reduction and efficiency, obviously, we talked about the enhanced decision making. So a lot of people use an LLM like ChatGPT or like Google Gemini in a sort of amateur fashion. I want AI to be a second brain for leaders in a way that actually optimize their work, so make very enhanced decisions. And then increased accessibility, obviously, for you guys. If you're sleeping or if you're across time zones, we want all your consumers and customers to come in and all your leads at every moment, also when your team is not working. So quickly, you can make a screenshot tomorrow. We'll dive more into these as well. There are lots of AI use cases. Market forecasting, you can have AI automatically check out what are undervalued property sectors or what are undervalued property regions.
You can do client follow-ups automatically. Somebody visits the site and you don't have to have an agent chase the person. You can automate that, right? Get emails, get a new appointment in with this person. All right, so quickly going through the next one. So these are the three main categories that I consider important, especially the first one on the left is artificial narrow intelligence. So this is very task-based. It's very techy, and it concerns a lot of developers, right? It's quite expensive. So an example of this is smart buildings. You're all probably using it and familiar with it. On average, it saves about 10 to 30%. So it predicts, are people at home? Are they not? Where can we turn off the lights or the HVAC systems? And it's adaptive and it learns over time and saves you a lot of energy, right? That's a very classical sort of AI, how we talked about AI in the past 10 years. Now, generative AI is obviously the big boom since 2022, so 3 years now, and it's the AI system that enables us to have an assistant. Not just an assistant in text, but also an assistant in creating images, videos, podcasts, music, and now applications. And it's going faster and faster in these generative applications where you don't need a developer anymore. So a chatbot is an LLM like ChatGPT. We had a little case study by Greystar where it reduced the agent workload by 75% and have a 40% increase in your conversions. So it's a no-brainer to have this implemented, and they're getting smarter and smarter. I know a lot of chatbots are extremely annoying. I don't know if you are at like an airline chatbot or a bank chatbot. Most of them are very silly, but they can be very smart and adaptive. That's why it's generative AI. It doesn't just give a simple answer that's for everybody. It gives an answer that's adapted to you. Okay, let's go into the creation stuff that everybody loves. I come from marketing. I used to be creative director for Nike, so this is stuff that gets people excited. Is this AI? Is this real? What do you think? It's obviously AI, right? So this is based on pictures. So you just make a picture of your home, and it can be unfurnished, and it'll generate videos. And this software just came out, and it's really nifty. So it doesn't need to be a completed stage of your house. You can actually still have it under construction, right? And it's 97% cheaper than traditional staging. So gone are the days where you needed an expensive 3D modeler or graphic designer. Of course, you still need them partially, but you can definitely downsize your team. I saw an amazing video before the show with 3D models. It's great, but you can replace a lot of that with AI. You can create automatic listings with AI virtual staging in under 15 seconds now, and AI can automatically do that. Okay, so these are just quick demos or quick use cases. I'll actually demo the software at another time. You can really go into the nitty-gritty with this as well. You can turn day into night. You can change bad weather into good weather. You can remove, I don't know, stray cats from your image. So that's generative AI, right? The one thing that gets me most excited is on the right. It's agentic AI. Actually, let me just go back for this. Can I go back? For those who didn't see that. No, I cannot go back. All right, so agentic AI is the type of AI that is not just your assistant, but it's an employee, right? So you hire agents or you create agents. There are many tools out there. They will automate your work. So on the right, you can see this creepy video of a new AI agent system that came out. And as you can see, there are so many screens that the agent is performing. So you don't have to move your mouse. You don't have to have employees move your mouse. It is doing it for you. Okay, so I don't know what it's doing. I can see some X, formerly known as Twitter, accounts being made or posts being made. So it can automatically do research, scrape listings. It can create posts for those who need to rely on posting on real estate websites. It can automatically distribute it on all your social media platforms and then follow up with people who reach out to you. You can automate this with agents. This is a very simple agent workflow that I've implemented for a company in real estate. And it's where an AI agent just captures customer data, and it can be cold leads, and then sends personalized emails. So not just the same email, it sends personalized emails on the data that it aggregated via LinkedIn in this case. So it knows exactly how this person wants to be talked to, and it sends out an automatic email. If the person replies, it schedules a meeting with them, and then it learns on this as well. So it forecasts sales trends, right? And it's all automatic. So we have agents running right now as I speak that do stuff in the background for me, that do some of my work. So if you see somebody commenting on LinkedIn right now, it's actually not me, it's my agent. Don't trust it. So most of the people look at this and they say, okay, this is what I know. Who knows what this is? Some people, it's ChatGPT. Who uses ChatGPT on a daily basis? Wow. It's going fast. That's okay. Wow. All right. I don't need to explain you. So ChatGPT is an LLM. It's a large language model, so it's different from the systems that I just showed you, but it's called generative AI, so it can predict text. It's basically like your autocomplete, right, on your phone where you type restaurant in, and then it says Nairobi, or it says Cape Town, okay? It predicts your text. It's not a fact-checking machine. It's not Google, right? So it can have errors as well. It's basically just predicting what you want. That's why it's so friendly. It thinks you want it to be friendly, right? So ChatGPT, I'm just going to give a couple of quick tips because we have to be fast today, okay? First of all, a lot of people just prompt generically. They will open up ChatGPT and they will just say, okay, I want to know the best regions to invest in Nairobi. What are the best parts of the city? Enter. That will give you a generic answer. The way I prompt usually is with 3 C's. Character, and then character is not just for you, it's also for let me explain. So character is, I am a real estate investor, you are a zoning expert. That's what you start with. Then you give it context. Here's a PDF of my business, and here are all the screenshots of my competitive businesses that are doing great, right? And then you give it some clarity. I don't want a generic answer. I want a 5-page report with prioritizing the top 3 with bullet points, et cetera, right? So you specify. So character, context, and clarity. That's how I prompt, and you'll get much better results. Also, a lot of people don't know that you have different models in ChatGPT, right? You can just click on the top left. I'll show you a little screenshot in a minute. And you can use deep research. Does anybody use deep research? Great. I see some people who are on top of their game. So deep research is great for analyzing property market cycles. I heard something in the last talk where they discussed that there are so many hotels. For instance, you have an island somewhere in Italy. There's so many islands, and you can do a deep research on what actually will be a niche that is underutilized. And it'll not think immediately and give you an answer within a couple seconds like the normal model of ChatGPT. It'll actually think for about 20 minutes. It'll go through all the data that it can be, and it'll cite its sources and give you a detailed report. Right? And you can even specify how detailed you want it. I want a 50-page report exactly on this, and it'll dig into it. Right? So that's when you get the great answers with ChatGPT. And then I like to build custom GPTs, and you can do it yourself as well. It's for free within ChatGPT. You can upload all your data, make sure that you're on a premium price model, because otherwise your data is out there for other people to know. So don't be on the free ChatGPT version. Create your custom GPT, upload everything you want it to know about you, your business, your team. So for instance, what is your team structure? What is your financial model? What is your strategy for the next years? Then you have your custom GPT, like your own version of ChatGPT that knows everything about you, and you don't have to go in and explain all the time what you're doing. It knows exactly what it does, and it's your personal assistant. You can even ask it, 5 years ago, I had a conversation with Lisa somewhere. What was this conference again? And if you have the notes, if it's linked to all your notes, it will know, right? Or you can link it to your email. All right, so this is what it looks like, ChatGPT normally. Deep research button is right there for those who don't know. Below there, you can create your own ChatGPT model, and in the top left, you can switch your model to make it smarter, dumber, or faster. A lot of people don't know this. Okay. I hope this is useful for you. There is a lot of risk involved with, I'm not going to go into the big risks, the systemic risks that AI brings with it. I'll go into risks that are relevant for you guys, particularly these two. Sustainability is something that is also dear to me. It costs about 1 teaspoon of water to cool your data centers. So if you prompt, you waste a teaspoon of water, so it's also kind of wasteful. Anyway, data privacy is a big thing. Okay? These models, like ChatGPT, aggregate all this data based on what it can find online. So it trains, for instance, on Reddit or on Facebook. Facebook is a very annoying one because it's very hard to opt out of that. But with ChatGPT, it also trains on public data. If you are on the free model, you are training it with your data. So everything you say, my cat is being so annoying today, my husband was awful, it'll train on that, it'll know that, and it's in there. Okay, so it could technically pop up if your husband says, "What is my wife saying?" It could technically pop up on his computer. So make sure you pay for these LLMs, right? Usually if it's for free, you are the product. Oh, I missed one. All right, let me just go quickly over. All right, we can skip it. So how to start using AI in your organization, I would say this is quite easy. So define your AI goals is the first one. That's how I see a lot of people lose track of AI, is that they don't focus on their own goals. They'll make, what everybody else is doing online, this cool post about how you can use this new tool to automate your emails, and they're focused on this. I don't think that's the great way to do it. First, write down your AI goals. You can do it today. Please do this and focus on those. Don't get distracted by all the noise in this scene. Then assess your current level. Where are you at? And identify the right people in your team who are also enthusiastic, who could be in tech, in marketing. Maybe make a WhatsApp group. It's a team effort. Identify the right people in your team who you can either delegate it to if you think this is too annoying for me. Okay? Start small. Maybe create your own custom GPT. Maybe write your own custom prompts that your employees can use, or perhaps build an AI policy for your company. Start small, but start, because your companies or your competitors are starting, right? But it's good that you guys are here and listening to this. It's going really fast. Work with a dedicated AI partner who actually can go into your business with a fresh perspective, do an audit, okay, and freshly see where are the low-hanging fruit possibilities and where can you actually have long-term goals for major impact in your business. Where does this training need to happen in your business? Who is completely oblivious to ChatGPT? And I've seen this happen. I've worked with people in France who don't speak English that much, and they didn't know what ChatGPT was. And that's a very big concern, because their competitors do know what it is, and they have built their own LLMs and AI systems that their company runs on. And there's now entire companies, for instance in China, that are run by AI, so there's not a CEO at the top. Okay. Then keep it practical. Don't focus on the noise. All right? Tomorrow we're going to dive a little bit more into the AI tools and strategies. So we're going to dive deeper into what I just said and also explore some other opportunities. Tripling your productivity. That's actually not just a loose statement, but that has been researched, that it at least triples your productivity to use these tools. And then how to take AI from idea, from a broad concept, from that cloudy person into action. Okay, tomorrow at 2, room 2. Thank you so much. My name is Koen Oosterbroek, and I'm on LinkedIn if you want to follow me.